I was honestly pretty surprised how much of a rock this person is to not be intimidated at all. Because just having confidence alone is actually not enough. There's a second factor. Without it, your confidence will be inconsistent. This is momentum, and do not underestimate this.
Being able to step back a little bit from things and not to share every tiny piece of myself is good for me. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to do that on social media, but
when you're already moving, it's so easy to keep on moving. And that's the same thing with confidence. But a lot of people, as soon as they're confident, they go on social media, they make themselves feel bad, and then they stop that momentum completely.
The norm. So what's the most rebellious thing you've ever done?
Robbed a bank.
Really?
What about you?
Well,
What about you? What's the most rebellious thing you've done?
I like this thing. You keep flipping on to me. I'm like...
And a lot of this will be spending time on removing things you spend a lot of time on, but then they actually give you more stress than it helps you. And all this is to protect your momentum so you can be consistently confident. If you like what you're seeing so far, you know you like it. Hit that like button. But now let's talk about what are actually practical things that you can do to not be intimidated. And the truth is, it kind of varies for everyone. But here are some of the examples that you can consider. This first one is having an anchoring position.
Movie phone. I'm Shailene Ridley. That's Theo. Welcome.
Did you notice my formal...
Shailene's favorite movie of all time.
It's much more sophisticated.
When you can kind of sit the same way every single time, then you can kind of associate that position with relaxation and comfort. This next one is self-deception.
Bungee jumping. Was it hard to walk off that platform? Yeah, definitely. It's I kind of tricked myself into thinking that I'm not scared. It's funny, when I did the...
To do something that you're just not comfortable with, it means that you kind of have to think differently. And sometimes tricking yourself into thinking that you can might actually help you in the short run. And I'm totally for this as long as you don't become like a fake person. This next one is getting warm responses first.
What do you do in your spare time these days?
You love swimming, don't you?
I do love swimming. Yeah, you love driving, right?
Yeah, constantly. Made each other cry.
Right, exactly.
No, I mean, you kind of just have to hope that that's there really on the day. It's kind of, you can't really prep for it.
I think also the characters are written, they're both so strong.
Comedians do this so much. They open up with like little small jokes to kind of warm up the crowd, so they'll be actually more receptive to the ones that are too calm. And you can do the same by using other people to kind of calm down your own nerves. This is all simply about preparation. So find a game plan that really works for you. But if you want to be even more confident and in control, this is where if you lead the conversation, it'll give you so much more advantage.
What was the first embarrassing band you were in?
The first band, I was at university and we called ourselves Barracuda, like the fish.
Yeah.
And my lasting memory of it, because we kind of...
A lot of times, we feel intimidated because we're kind of unsure of how the other side will respond to us. But if you're the one that's asking the questions and controlling the conversation, then you know exactly what to expect. And that eliminates a portion of the fear.
The scene that everyone's talking about is...
Which scene is that?
Well, I'm sure this is the first time you've heard of this, but you do a nude scene in the...
The less you have to guess, the less things you actually have to be afraid of. And if you want to learn how to control a conversation, especially as an introvert, you're in luck because I have another video on that. But do you know why? That a lot of people, they can't do any of the tips that I just mentioned. That's because of one very simple thing, and that's focus.
Period of time, so seeing it cut together was interesting because we didn't know exactly how it was going to come out. But yeah, it was quite technical. You know, you're hanging on wires.
We can actually only focus on one thing at a time. Multitasking is just switching back and forth really quickly. Especially in conversations, this makes you overthink and nervous. This is why you see, if you experience meditation, it's all about bringing everything to the present, so you don't think about anything else.
What are you guys doing? Good?
I couldn't sit here with Theo in my workout clothes. It's not very ladylike.
How was the workout?
It was so much fun.
Was it weird, the vibrations?
Kind of weird.
So whenever you can, be fully engaged in the conversation, and not multitask or doing something else on your phone. So can you relate with any of these tips? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, I have other videos that you might just like, so you can check them out if you want to.